Hello, you are listening to Ultra Q, episode 124. My name is Red. I'm joined by Mel.
The 30% female membership quota is rigidly enforced through death.
Very rigidly. We will also, no one within UGM will be getting a promotion. We will be bringing a new woman in from outside. Also joined by Brad.
Handing my I'm JFK shirt to my beloved new friend before heading out the door. Yeah.
Exactly. So this week, they did it again. They can't keep getting away with it, but they do.
What do you mean they keep getting away with it? This is the last show for 15 years.
Oh no, this is true. They're not getting away with it anymore. We've killed another woman. We've disposed of another woman and replaced her with a new woman. This time the new woman is an Ultraman. Well, hang on. She's from the Land of Light, right?
Yes. That is the implication.
She hasn't transformed.
Not yet.
No,
if she's
but
tuning, she does.
Looking at the cover of my DVD box set from Mill Creek Entertainment.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. I've been preserved by being a dastardly rogue who gets my Ultraman from the internet. I see. I understand. So yeah, we've got a new shift in Ultraman 80. I will see how that goes. A little late, I think. I would have maybe... This is kind of crazy. There's only how many more weeks of Ultraman 80 do we have left?
After this, too.
Yeah. What the fuck? Oh well.
This is kind of part of the course to me.
I suppose this is what happened with Leo.
Yeah.
This didn't happen in Taro.
Oh, well, Taro's the only thing where they didn't fuck it all up.
Ace just wasn't very good. I guess.
It did happen in Return as well.
Return, it did kick in kind of late. It did. He met the new woman down the hall. Despite this, we've got... I'm trying to remember the other episodes we've got this week. One of these episodes this week, I would say, is very good. I really like that third one with Ultra 7.
There is... I do think that one's good. And there's also, the last of the quote-unquote children arc. And I guess we technically...
The children arc. Well, let's wrap up the children arc with episode 42. That's great. Guan Yin was strong. Featuring Zula Swimmer. A couple of goofy guys are out looking for the gold they buried. A couple of goofy guys are out looking for the gold buried by a thief from the Edo period called Amano Masagoemon, who isn't Goemon. This is a different guy. They figured out that he probably buried it in a spot near an ancient statue of the Buddha Guan Yin. They're going to use dynamite, and if the statue falls, then so be it. They encounter a kid called Iwamizu, who's praying to Guan Yin for a chance to marry the actor Kurata Mariko. This boy starts having bad dreams of the Guan Yin statue crying, which coincides with strange earthquakes, which also coincides with UGM detecting strange magnetic readings and dispatching Takeshi and Ito to investigate. Takeshi and Ito wind up staying with the Iwamizu's family. Fuck's sake. Let me back up a second. Takeshi and Ito wind up staying with Iwamizu's family, and Takeshi has the same dream Iwamizu has. They both head to the statue together. That same night, the treasure hunters detonate their dynamite, and the Guan Yin statue falls over, releasing the kaiju Zula Swimmer. The power of Guan Yin had kept it sealed away. UGM deploy, and the captain can barely fly a plane. A priest yells that modern solutions won't work. Only Guan Yin can save them.
Yeah, like squirting the monster with water.
Yeah.
I don't know why they thought that would work.
Just, water pistols against the kaiju. It'll work. Don't worry. Takeshi turns into 80 and fights Zula Swimmer. Eventually, he manages to raise the statue of Guan Yin, and with the power of the Buddha, Zula Swimmer is sealed away once again. The goofy guys apologize for all the trouble they've caused. Later, UGM arrange a meeting between Iwamizu and Mariko. He gets a handshake, a photo, and the new nickname Droopy Eyes. I report the news. The end. What?
Fuck Jesus.
I wouldn't be proud of this. I think this nickname sucks. I'd want a cooler nickname. Also, why are UGM organizing meetings between weird actresses and weird fans?
This episode feels like it's about nothing.
Yeah.
I don't remember this episode at all.
Well, that's a good sign. That's a really good sign.
There is somehow so much going on in this episode, and also
nothing.
Like it's such a weird mix.
There are several through lines here. The thieves who are sacrificing Guan Yin for the sake of their own greed. You've got the idea of the UGM cannot fight spiritual battles, and by spiritual battles I mean a giant kaiju, which is what UGM are designed to fight. We've got I guess Catholicism aligning itself with Buddhism to defeat the kaiju.
That's what the 15th century was all about with the Jesuits came.
Yeah. That's probably how that went.
That's how it rolled out. I think Scorsese made a movie about exactly this.
This is a prequel. No, this is a sequel. Sorry.
Yeah.
And then we've got this kid who wants to meet an actor, and UGM is like, yeah, sure, bro, we can do that. Why?
Because they make children's dreams come true.
Yeah.
I didn't know the kaiju cops were the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
I didn't know this kid was dying.
Yeah, he's dying to meet her.
Oh. Oh, damn. Yeah, I don't. I like the image of in the dream of the crying statue pleading for help from Iwamizu. That's kind of the one thing I'm taking from this episode. I'm just like, that's a cool image, with the statue against like the red misty background and the tears rolling out of the statue's eyes. That's good. I like it when a statue cries.
That's the condensation.
That's kind of it. Just condensation, of course.
Yeah,
of
Neil
course.
deGrasse Tyson voice.
Remembering all.
Did you know that you took out all your blood vessels and stretched out it wrap around the world like 6 times?
Yeah.
The crying statues just remind me of growing up in a Catholic environment and people being like, "Did you hear that the statue of the Virgin Mary started crying and there's photos
Oh
of
my
it
God.
and everything, and like that would happen every few months.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's
See-
they have an actual bone of the saint in back there, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, this
Really?
is the thing, is I'm all like, man, Catholicism's got it. It's so compelling, all this, like, really crazy stuff, and then when I remember that there's people that actually believe in it, I'm like, whoa, hang on. whoa, wait a minute. Hold on, I thought we were just in it for the aesthetic.
Well, a lot of trad Christians on Twitter like Catholicism for the aesthetic, and then they actually get bump into the part where they have to actually listen to the Pope.
Oh, that's true. I remember that. That was very funny. That was very funny. So I got a couple of notes for this. It was very funny when the narrator referred to these two guys in the beginning who they're just guys who are just like, yeah, we're looking
They're the wet
for
bandits.
treasure. Yeah, and yeah, they are absolutely the wet bandits. And the narrator's like, who are these nasty looking guys? I'm like, bro, fuck off.
Who are these weak, pathetic,
These
putrid,
weird little freaks.
ghoulish?
I was like, dude, chill. And they're looking for 1,000 Ryo coins, which could be 1 billion yen, maybe more. And I did also like when the captain's like, I'm gonna fly, and everyone's like, you don't do that. Are you sure? Do you remember how to do that? And he's like, yeah, no problem. And then he nearly crashes.
He's at practice. That's why he's the captain, not the.
Exactly. You need someone to give the orders. I don't know what. I don't know what, like, how droopy eyes comes across in Japanese as a nickname.
I just had a random thought that has nothing to do with anything.
What's that? We need a conversation topic for this episode.
Do you think the Soviet UGM branch or their equivalent has like a commissar as well as a captain?
Oh, hell yeah. Let's watch that show. I want to watch that. I want to watch the show about the UGM guys who kind of resent their political officer. Who's like constantly trying to catch them out on shit.
Do you think it'd be funny if the Ultraman of that season was the commissar?
Oh my god! Oh, he's instilling real true virtue in them. Man, that would be
Ultraman.
No, but here's the thing. What if one of the UGM guys was Ultraman, and the commissar was trying to figure out who on the team was Ultraman because he's like sure it's someone on the team. And he's got, I don't know.
What if the commissar is trying to figure out who is Ultraman but does not realize he is Ultraman?
Oh my god! Like, it's like, so Ultraman is like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde type stuff. It's like a person that it takes over. Which would explain why he doesn't just turn into Ultraman immediately every time. He has to he has to get knocked unconscious or something, or nearly die. And he's getting really frustrated that Ultraman keeps saving him, and
because he doesn't believe in Ultraman's ideals.
No, he doesn't believe in the ideals of having this one hero. It has to be the people.
No, we need an Ultra people and not an Ultraman.
Exactly. An Ultraman sounds like an Ubermensch to me.
That's pretty close.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yes.
So like, yeah, that's a great idea. They will never make this.
Of course not. But
and if they did, it would be crazy. It would go crazy. It would be very. I almost don't want to imagine what their version of this would be. Who made this episode?
Oh god, book. There it is. This was written by Toshiro Ishido and directed by Shohei Tojo.
Toshiro Ishido writing about petty thieves. Oh, these nasty looking men. Mel.
The special effects director is Kazuo Sagawa.
Excellent.
Zura Swimmer. The kaiju was apparently a winning entry in a kaiju design contest for kids, with the winner being Tomotaki Shimpo, obviously touched up and properly designed by the usual guy. Suit actor Tomohiro Sato. Also, apparently, they were going to get a different idol for this episode, but that idol got injured, and so they got a different one. As the last minute.
I see.
I want to point out that this writer-director duo is the same one as that remote control plane episode we just watched, and it's like, damn, what happened?
Yeah, it was pretty funny. I don't know. I'm trying to find anything else.
We could just move on.
They cared about one of these way more than the other. That's for damn sure.
Uh-huh.
Well, yeah, Toshihiro was like, well, yeah, I like planes. I played with those.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love a Zero.
And I am not a Buddhist.
Me as a Mega Man fan, I agree.
Well, there we go. Episode 43 is the event this week. It's the female warrior from the Star of Ultra, featuring Emperor Galton, who is not Emperor Bolton. It's Galton. Who is John Galton? A UFO is chased by more UFOs and crash lands. A woman is recovered from the crash after she psychically calls out to Takeshi. Takeshi then encounters the... you are excused. Takeshi then encounters the Rattlemen, who were the ones chasing. The woman doesn't remember anything due to the shock of her crash, so UGM gives her the name Hoshi Ryoko, and Takeshi and Jono help her in her extremely speedy recovery. Ryoko gives Jono her bracelet as a thank you, and later Jono is mistaken for Ryoko because she's wearing the bracelet and gets kidnapped by the Rattlemen. She's interrogated as the Princess Yulian, and the Rattlemen want to know who Eiji has disguised himself as on Earth, and she's like, I don't know about any of that. Ryoko's earrings resonate with the bracelet, and so her, Takeshi, and another UGM guy whose name I refuse to learn head out to the location of the signal. They get jumped, and there's a big explosion. When Ryoko recovers from the blast, she recognizes Takeshi as Ultraman 80 and remembers her identity as Yulian, Princess of the Star of Ultra. Takeshi immediately goes uncle mode. He's like, OMG, last time I saw you, you were like this big. Yulian reveals that the aliens are attacking out of revenge for their dead prince, who was killed when they tried to invade the Land of Light. Sounds like their fault. They head over to Jono, and on the way, Takeshi attempts to keep his identity secret while Yulian doesn't give a fuck. They find Jono held prisoner, and she's like, so Takeshi is 80. He lied to me. And then immediately sacrifices herself to stop him from getting hit by a spear. Takeshi turns into 80 and defeats the kaiju Emperor Galton. He turns back into Takeshi and finds Jono dying. He apologizes for keeping the secret, and Jono says she kind of knew anyway. She then makes a crucial distinction. She says she sacrificed herself because 80 is important for defending the Earth. She asks Takeshi to continue protecting the Earth, and she asks Yulian to take her place on the UGM team. They both agree, and Jono dies. Everyone mourns, and the narrator tells us UGM will never forget her final act of heroism, the end. Now, I have a question for the narrator, who says, Jono's beautiful act of love was something UGM would never forget. Takeshi presumably didn't tell UGM the whole story, though, so I don't know how they would not forget it, because they don't know it.
I'm assuming they got the version of the story is that she sacrificed herself for him.
Yeah,
not...
which is like kind of it's a slightly amusing disservice to her in her final moments.
Uncle Mo, Takeshi being like, "Oh, you were like this size, as in bungalow size, not skyscraper size."
That's really funny. Do child Ultra people only get like so big? That would be great.
That would make sense.
Unfortunately, Taro exists, so we thought, no, that's not true.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Also, for I don't know why the subs call them the Rattle Aliens when they're like Alien Gara Gara in like actual.
Is that maybe what that is? That might be onomatopoeia.
That's what I would read that as.
Gara Gara Japanese. Clattering, rattling, gargling. There we go.
All right, there we go.
More translate direction. More translate direction. More direct translation. There we go. Sorry, in the middle of saying that, I thought about the Legend of the Condor Heroes and got sidetracked, and that's what made me speak wrong. Because Legend of the Condor Heroes, the official translation, translates some of the names of characters at random. So instead of being a character being called Huang Rong, she's called like Lotus Huang, and it's like, well, okay, but the main character's still Guo Jin. So I don't know why you did that. So yes, big event.
Yeah.
Another woman disposed of, another new woman added to the mix to replace her. How we feel?
I guess right off the bat, I think it's a real shame that I feel like Takashi and Jono in that scene are giving a very wooden performance that kind of undersells the weight of the death, and everyone else's reaction feels like they're putting their whole heart and soul into it. I thought that was weird.
Yeah, I was actually like, oh damn, the captain's really putting his all into this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean...
Well, that's George Clooney for you.
That is George Clooney for you, that's true. The Japanese George Clooney. Takeshi's actor has been hit or miss for me throughout this show. I think he does certain things very well. I think conveying mourning here, he's lacking.
A lot lacking.
I also I kind of think I think the actress for Yulian does not have it. It's very, I don't know. I don't know if they're trying for something with
her being an alien.
Like people being from the Land of Light being like a little more alien. But like Takeshi's been here forever, Ultraman. So like in Shin Ultraman.
She's good at flipping though. Aren't you endeared to her?
Yeah, she's got good. She's got hops, man.
She could have been in the Olympics.
It was pretty good that she like did like the jump, and Takeshi's like, well, I can't let them know I'm Ultraman, so I will pole vault.
Yeah. Dan is hitting her up to be on the basketball team like as ASAP.
Julian's basket.
Yes. Julian's basket. I at least so there's like so there's a backstory on the aliens here where they're like they want revenge because they attacked the Land of Light, and in the process of that their prince died, and now they want revenge, which it is a little bit like, well, if you were gonna get mad that we killed your prince, you probably shouldn't have invaded, but that's okay. I can assume that the Land of Light did something evil to start this. They're always doing that. But I quite like Emperor Galton with his sword. He's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I think this is the most...
Tsuburaya Productions is definitely like Han shot second.
Yes. That they are editing. They are George Lucasing it constantly.
I think this is one of the more visually interesting fights we've had in a minute. It's shot kind of in like, it's real foggy. It's all low angle, seen from the ground.
I think just Galton's design with all the like holes and stuff is very good. I think they do the classic like the sword catch in this episode. Yeah, I think the idea here on Jono is quite good. Like again, for an episode in which they're like, the woman wants to leave, write her out. For one of those, I think it's okay. Her drawing being like, I feel a little bit betrayed by Takeshi being Ultraman, and I'm going to sacrifice my life to save him anyway. But I have to make this clear: it's not for him. It's for Earth. It's because I'm a committed member of UGM. I'm like, this is like a nice little final flourish on her character.
Like he is just like, well, I still don't have enough time to process feeling okay with not knowing he's Ultraman.
Because the alternative is what I would have figured they would have done, which is code it as romantic right at the end, and they really do not swerve into that like at all. It feels
they like swerve away from it. It's like so deliberate. It's almost funny where she's like, I know I'm dying. I just have to make this very, very clear. I truly did not do this for you. Takeshi's like, I understand completely. And then her saying, Yulian, you have to take my place in UGM is like such a fuck you to every woman, the 30% of women at UGM. Who are all constantly just like, oh, maybe I can be the token woman on the UGM team.
Because they set up the crabs in the bucket scenario for the women.
Exactly. They've already done that. And now she's like, I found a bigger, better crab outside the bucket. So fuck you guys.
We haven't actually really seen the 30% of women working at UGM beyond the weather lady, which leads me to believe they may all just be like working help desk, like call support or like other background roles.
UGM reporting their 30% women staff, like that picture of Nathan Fielder being like, haha, laughing with all my friends that are off screen.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm now picturing all the UGM women training to be the phone women in John Wick. I don't think they get uniforms like that though.
So
imagine like a series that was like had the like, instead of like UGM or something, it's like kaiju bounty hunters, and they have like the John Wick setup.
Mel, what more popular show did Jono's actress want to join, forcing them to shift and write off the character?
Yes, there is a story.
I figured.
Okay, hit us.
Should I do like the? I guess I'll just do the story, and then we can get to like the other.
You know what? You know what? We can start with who made this episode, and then we'll go straight into the story.
This was directed by Noriaki Yuasa and written by Madasaburo Mizusawa.
Okay, Mel.
His special effects director Shinichi Kanizawa, who seems to be new. He joined Tsuburaya Productions in the 70s as an assistant director for Ace. In the 70s, he also did some stuff for Toho, like Japan Sinks and Zone Fighter. And
eventually we're going to fucking watch that movie, Japan Sinks. It'll happen someday.
Yeah. And then, we'll be seeing a bunch in Hazy Ultraman. I think he was the main director for Hazy Ultra 7, it says, so.
That's cool.
And then King Galton, suit actor Tomohiro Sato.
Excellent.
Anyway. So in this case, it was Eri Ishida, Jono's actress, who wanted to leave the show. And the reasons are kind of ridiculous.
Okay.
At the time, there were a lot of rumors and superstitions in the entertainment industry that women who play Ultraman, who play in the Ultraman series, have little times breaking out. And Eri Ishida, being a 20-year-old up-and-coming actress, got like really superstitious and concerned about this, and so she was like, "Can I leave the show?"
Wait, she was like, if a soccer player was like, I don't want to be on the cover of Pro Evo Soccer, my career's gonna be doomed. Oh my god.
And then she was like, I thought I was gonna be chewed out for it for like making unreasonable requests at sort of like last minute, and they were like, "No, okay, it's fine, we'll come up with something." And they apparently cooked up an idea so fast that she felt kind of embarrassed about like how smooth it went.
Damn.
She's like, "Oh,
that's really funny."
And she does know, like, yeah, there's no sense of like dissatisfaction or fatigue with like Ultraman's franchise or Jonah's role. She has since then obviously become successful in her own right, and so she shows up for like fan events and stuff and keeps links with the franchise. So it's like,
okay,
one of those where she just like, I guess as a young person got like weirdly like hung up on something, and then but like it has nothing to do with like not liking being Jonah or anything.
No, but here's the thing. It's entirely possible she was right.
Yeah.
Yeah, she left and she had a successful career. Maybe if she'd stayed, she wouldn't have.
Yeah.
Maybe it's real. Maybe luck is real.
Also, it's worth noting that Aidi was not Ishida's first role. She was already gone to TV and film as she came out of high school in the late 70s. Which brings us to Ryuka Hoshi, Julian, played by Sayako Hagiwara.
I do have a question. Is it Julian as opposed to Julian?
It's probably Julian.
I'm pretty sure it's Julian. Yeah.
Okay. It might just be different spellings of the name around the play. Anyway.
Also, like, J is weird in English.
No, I mean literally. I'm like, the name I was seeing in the subtitles was with a Y.
Yeah, same.
Oh, okay. I mean, we can look at the katakana, right? So
yeah,
which I'll do later. Yeah, so the actress for Julian was still in high school when she joined the show.
Wait, what? Okay.
Yeah, which maybe explains maybe she's still learning
the ropes. Yeah.
Yeah. But also, she was a devoted fan of Eri Ishida, like, from her previous career stuff. And so she was like, "Oh my god, I got to work alongside my idol as I replaced her on this show."
You get to work alongside her for like 2 seconds.
Yeah. Though she did it was like both like nerve-wracking and exciting, and also, she did appreciate, like getting shown the ropes a bit by her idol. Incidentally, Hagiwara would go on to play Dyna Pink in the 1983 Sentai season Dynaman, as well as a few other Sentai roles. And funny enough, her second husband would be the Dyna Yellow guy, which is also funny.
Okay. Wait, hang on. Second husband. Is there a story on the production of Dynaman going on there?
No. The first husband was just a different guy, just a random person.
Okay. Wow.
But yeah, that's what we got.
Cool. That's a very funny reason to quit an Ultraman. But
this does make who the fuck was cursed in the shows we've watched that went on
Minami. What are you talking?
Yeah, Miss Goshi.
Well, yeah, but like, I guess we don't know about the career qualities. What I'm talking.
Yeah, it's a good question.
I mean, I do get the sense that, like, even today, when male actors like starting out play toku, that can be their breakout role, but for women actresses, it doesn't usually turn out the same.
Right.
A lot of them just kind of end up as in modeling careers instead, kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Or like they're in modeling careers and want to get into acting, and then they can't get out of
Ultraman.
Toku.
Yeah.
Or Kamen Rider, Sentai, etc. Like, there's lots of stories of like, this Kamen Rider actor can't come back because they're too famous.
Yes.
And I don't think that's been true of like any character from similar.
Yeah, that makes some sense. It's a shame.
Yeah.
well. I guess. We have Yulian now. She is here. Goodbye, Jonar.
I sure hope she does a lot next episode.
Listen.
Well,
I said it was a good episode. I don't know that it's good for Yulian. Speaking of next episode 44 of Ultraman 80 is called Fierce Fight 80 versus Ultra 7.
Asterisk. They should have added an asterisk.
Yeah, featuring Ultra 7. They're just... it's very funny that they're like... I don't know. They're like, we've added another person from the character from the Land of Light. Also... we are still desperate and have to just throw shit at the wall right now to boost ratings. Please bring Ultra 7 on. Please. A kid called Naoto is practicing for a Little League soccer game when a motorcycle gang shows up and starts menacing everyone, including his older sister Aya. He kicks a ball that hits the leader of the gang, Tada, and Tada chases down and injures Naoto. Takeshi is on the scene and calls for an ambulance. In the hospital, Naoto is in an uncertain condition, and Takeshi notices his Ultra 7 toy. We then get a little montage of Ultra 7. In the hospital, no, I've already read that sentence. He had it when he was playing soccer too, the Ultra 7 toy. Aya tells Takeshi, what the hell have I written this? There we go. Aya tells Takeshi Naoto's whole backstory. I present a summary. Naoto's mother died in a disaster of some kind, and Naoto's only belonging that remained afterwards was that Ultra 7 figure. Aya has been looking after him ever since. He didn't want to play soccer until Aya told him Ultra 7 would be more proud of him if he did. Their father is alive and well, and he's been overseas for 3 years. Aya has a real bad time relating all this to Takeshi, and Takeshi decides he's got to get at least an apology out of these bikers. Takeshi gets time off so he can investigate this hit and run privately. Meanwhile, Tada, the leader of the gang, falls out with his younger brother, Ota, who plays in the team Naoto's team would have played next. Ota is angry that Tada hurt his rival, and Tada protests that he did it because Naoto's team were the favorites to win. Takeshi tracks down the gang on his own without his ultra powers, which he explains he believes is important to Yulian. However, he does get beat up when he finds them later. Naoto's condition worsens somehow, and he dreams of being Ultra 7 and beating up the bikers. This is the show where negative emotions become kaiju, so he unintentionally turns his Ultra 7 figure into a giant Ultra 7 kaiju that then rampages through the city, hunting down the bikers. UGM deploy when calls of a rampaging Ultra 7 come in. Yulian figures out the truth about this Ultra 7 while 80 actually fights it. 80 talks to the kaiju as though it was Naoto and asks him if Ultra 7 would really do this. This stuns the fake 7, and 80 hits him with a beam. He returns the figure to Naoto's side, and he recovers just fine. The bikers all apologize as hard as they can, and when the next game comes around, Naoto is able to play. Yulian points out that Aya seems to be enjoying Takeshi's company a little too much, and we end on a Looney Tunes stinger as Yulian pouts. The end.
Nobody knows that was an action figure.
No one knows that. No, only 80. Japan is now like, what the fuck, Ultra 7? In the so I don't know why I said that in the what the fuck Richard voice. So yeah, Ultra 7 terrorizing. I really love Ultra 7 terrorizing
Gen
Tokyo.
watching this on TV and he's like, oh well, it's bound to happen at some point.
Yeah. So yeah, it was it was very funny getting the little Ultra 7 montage of honestly not really the fights I actually think of when I think of Ultra 7.
And there's a bunch of other guys we just don't remember.
Yeah, I was just like, are these the iconic ones? Really? There are so many. Where's Dino Tank?
I did feel like, oh man, they're showing me a better show right now.
Yeah, I had that same feeling.
They are. Man, Ultra 7. we do okay. We're in like pure Gento mode with dads in this episode. The fucking when this sister Aya is like, yeah, our dad's still alive. He's just been abroad for 3 years. I was like, that's fucking crazy. Why isn't he back? What is he doing?
Dad stuff.
Dad stuff.
He's configuring an emulation station.
Dad stuff with a different family, probably.
Oh yeah, he's got 2 families. He's running Scarred. I quite like this episode. I think it's I like the stupid biker gang deciding to attack a children's soccer league team. It's so good.
It's so evil.
It's comically because their leader is like, yeah, my younger brothers play soccer and they're up against this team next. Let's go fuck those kids up.
There is a soft spot I have for what like 2 well-to-do like Japanese TV writers think criminals act like and how they behave. that is all over this episode of just like no human acts like this, actually. No.
This is a hilarious representation.
And the ones who do are the one-offs that aren't part of a devious, like, organized crime, like, biker gang like this.
This is what bikers do. This is what they do.
Yep.
This is what those kids would have grown up to be if Hokuto hadn't intervened. Because he was a biker too back in the day. I really like. I think
Super Iron's gonna be like, don't look at heroes who ride motorcycles. We
don't do that. We've got our own. Please come back. Remember the good old days when we were cool.
They lost the cultural victory in that one real bad.
They really did. I think the scene of Aya relating like all the fucking bad shit that's happened to their family kind of hits, because I think it's just because the act like Aya does it pretty good.
Yeah.
And I think like Takeshi being like rage filled at this and like not really being able to actually address the problem here is good. Where he's like, there's like a way bigger problem here, and the only thing I can do is maybe get an apology out of a biker gang. Completely useless.
I like the scene a lot where he's like, oh, we have to do something as UGM, and the captain's like, no, that's not our job. You seem really stressed. You should take a week off.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
It's great.
Classic cop shit. Oh, yeah, I got the exact line that I really like from that sister, the scene of the sister relating everything. The way his sister, because she's clearly going through it as well, but when she starts to say, why do we have to suffer so much, and changes before, like just after she says we, and changes it to why does Naoto have to suffer so much, I think that's good.
Yeah.
That's just like a, the script is working for me.
I like Naoto in his sleep being like, no, 80, why are you trying to stop Ultra 7? He's just trying to get the bad guys.
Yeah.
Ultra 7's just trying to get... Ultra 7 would get the bad guys. Man. I mentioned it right at the beginning of this. I think the way they shoot Ultra 7 wrecking Tokyo is so cool.
It's fun.
Yeah, it's good.
It's great. It's just in the dark, just like red flames around and stuff. He's just fucking stomping on shit. It's good.
Yeah, like the idea of like a ultra hero being like turned into a spirit of vengeance is pretty fun.
Yeah. It's just a nice little story for like a, because it's a child's idea of justice is like, what if a really big guy like stepped on the guys that hurt me?
Yes.
You mean like the
like the show Ultraman? Oh, like the Hanuman movie. Yes, like the Hanuman movie.
Yeah, actually, that does just happen in that.
That does just happen. Now, let's not mischaracterize the Hanuman movie. What happens is he squishes that guy in his hands.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, they did shoot him in the head.
They did. They shot it. They shot. I don't know why they shot that child in the head.
Listen, this is just what criminals do. We've established.
They really hate children.
And Buddha.
And Buddha. God forbid the Hanuman bad guys were in the Guan Yin episode.
I have one thought that I feel like every time we do an episode like this, I'm going to just residually have this feeling, but I don't feel like we really get why, in particular, this kid looks up to specifically Ultra 7. I feel like it could have been anyone else, and I think this is going to be a problem I'm going to continue to have anytime one of these guys show up.
The reason it's Ultra 7 is because the people like Ultra 7 and want to see him.
Yeah.
That is the extent of the reason. They will not be coming up with a justification. They're just like, everyone loves Ultra 7. Put him on screen.
I think I sent something that I saw on the Ultraman wiki yesterday. Which was, I was like, yeah, sure, whatever you say. It was like, this delusional Ultra 7 being manifested from pain and hatred of his creator is a reference to the original series counterpart's debut series being darker than most Ultraman series. I'm like, yeah, sure.
That's the most TV tropes brain ass. Like, what the fuck?
Man, the Ultra Wiki's fun. Remember when they statted out that they
the elephant?
Sorry, I loved when the Ultra Wiki implied that elephants specifically have the ability to turn into that one kaiju. It was really good. So yeah, Brad, you were saying Yulian has a lot to do this episode.
Yeah, like telepathically chatting.
Yeah, she telepathically chats.
And Eddie's like, don't do that. You have to be like a human. And she's like, but this is really convenient, and also we can do it.
Yeah, he's like teaching her the virtues of being more of like actually living like a human being. And she's like, I will not be doing that. I will be teleporting into this kid's hospital room. I will not have any cool special effects to accompany me teleporting. I will just vanish.
Yeah. Just like early in the series when we got like the last school episode with the egg and the ape Goron.
Oh, that's true. That is true. Yeah, they did get Yulian her own uniform for some reason. She's got like
UGM
a special
understudy.
Yeah, UGM understudy. That's what it is. She's not really UGM.
And then all the women are like, "What the fuck?"
I like the fact that UGM are just like kind of okay with Jono's last wish being Yulian to join UGM. Yulian, they know Yulian's an alien. They know this. Aren't they all really paranoid about aliens at UGM? They're just cool with her.
Don't worry about it.
Can she go by the name Yulian with all the people at UGM? She doesn't actually interact with any of them.
For all they know,
episode.
she could have been a human woman that for some reason was on an alien spacecraft.
Can you say the word spacecraft again?
Spacecraft.
Okay, thank you. I just wanted to check.
I think they just know where his Ryuko.
It's strange to me. It's just kind of obviously, they've got. It was kind of quick. They had to kind of turn this around and get new woman in with the whole Yulian thing. But like there hasn't been. I don't feel like anyone at UGM actually. We haven't got anyone at UGM talking about Yulian.
What was given more grace, this or when they killed the entire cast of Leo?
Well, I mean, this. I have to be honest. I simply have to be honest. Absolutely this. Leo was... Leo, you know, Leo's Leo. They got there by the end, but like it took some effort. Yeah, it was retroactive. They've got... Okay, talking about the criminals again. I love Tada with his ridiculous line, "We're kaiju with human bodies, show no mercy." And I'm like, well, okay, first of all, we are tapping into the idea that a kaiju is just something that society doesn't like. It's just inconveniences. And you know, a criminal is a kaiju, essentially. Because you know what is
there's like when in the
criminal
Zero
now.
series when like Maverick is just an inconvenient reploid.
Yeah.
See, that line, if said in like, if we got like our alternate universe Ide like political radical behind the scenes.
Yes.
And someone uttered the phrase, "We're kaiju in human bodies," before like a bunch of bombs blew up a bunch of attack team bases. That would go hard as shit. But yeah, as deployed here, it doesn't go.
Super Raya, please talk to us. We will write your punished Ide masterpiece for you, because you clearly aren't going to do it.
I do wonder
the setting where people can use kaiju powers as like terrorist weapons.
People maybe at one point a long time ago, humans were kaiju and kaiju were humans, and eventually the ones that liked, you know, the ones that coveted possessions became humans, and the ones that coveted freedom became kaiju. Maybe I read a book.
That's crazy.
Maybe I'll be talking about it.
And the people who like malt drinks lived on the land, and the non-malts went out to the sea.
Yes, exactly.
That's why they're called that.
Yes. Yep. They don't like malt drinks.
Nope, they're like yucky.
They're like, finally, we can go back to Wendy's.
They're like,
change the flavors to vanilla and chocolate.
They're like, if the surface has shit like this, we might as well live in the ocean. Fuck you guys.
And you know what? We killed them for it.
We killed them for it.
All of them. The women
Even
and
the
the children. Like animals. Who made this episode?
This was directed by Noriaki Yuasa and then written by Kosuke Yoshida, who is a guy I looked up because I think this is the first time I've seen that name, and I didn't get much. I think he worked on A Kamen Rider around this time. I can't remember which one, but he also worked on Robot King Dioja, which is a show I am aware of but know nothing about. It's a super robot show from like 81.
Dioja. I'm looking this up. This looks like a super robot.
Yeah. So it seemed like he had a short stint working as like a screenwriter in like TV around this batch of years, and then like moved on or something, but he doesn't have a lot of credits on stuff. So, relatively unknown guy.
I quite like this robot. It's got kind of a Daitan head.
Yeah.
Anyway. Cool.
Yeah.
Mel.
Special effects director is Shinichi Kanizawa, same as last episode. And then this 7, suit actor Hiroshi Atsumi. At this point, probably no surprise, the original 7 suit is
Long
gone, deteriorated. So they had to make a new one, partially reusing parts from the Taro suit. And this one will later go on to be used in stage shows and stuff in the 80s. Because not like they were using it for TV shows.
Nope. What if they just made Ultra 7 too? Ultra 8.
Oh, well, they do that in the 90s.
It's not called Ultra 8, is it?
No. It's just called Ultra 7.
Ultra 7, the sequel. This time it's personal. I hope Gen's there. I hope it's a show about Dan Moriboshi beating up a guy called Gen, who who isn't actually Ultraman because Ultraman's not canon. What else do we have to say about this episode?
I like what they do with like the Ultra 7 figure's eyes glowing in the dark at the night of the city. It's neat.
It is neat. He recognizes Ultra 7 because of his kicking form. It's like football. It's like Naruto.
That was good.
Yeah. That might be it. That might be it. I quite like this episode.
I think this and the last one are all right. I don't really care for the first one this batch.
Yeah, the first one is truly nothing.
Yeah.
It is what it is. We will continue to see how Julian fits into the show. We will see. Mel, do you have color timers?
Yeah.
Shoot.
Episode 42, 2 minutes 31 seconds. Episode 43, 2 minutes 10 seconds. Episode 44, 50 seconds. 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Nice.
Exactly.
Nice. And of course, no color timer for Ultra 7. So really, all Ultra 7 had to do was just last. Just hold out until 80 has to go away.
Yeah.
I guess that's true of every kaiju. You know what?
Yeah.
That wasn't a sensible observation. Let's move on. We will be back in just a minute to talk about anything except Ultraman. See you in a second.
Get out of here, Ultraman.
Get out. Fuck off, Ultraman.
Yeah, go swatch it to the sky already. Jeez.
Yeah.
Did you notice, actually, what the episode when Jono died, he doesn't go off into the sky and he just kind of goes back on the ground, and I'm like, damn, it's because there's no point in flying away.
So true.
If she already knows.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. The illusion shattered.
And EA's like, wait a minute, is that Ultraman?
Yeah. Remember in original Ultraman where there was an episode where they implied that Hayata's body is still there while Ultraman is fighting, just like unconscious without his soul in it?
I forgot that happened.
That's in the second Bolton episode. I think about this all the time. I'm always thinking about the fact that Ultraman never actually... It, like, completely contradicts itself on what happens when he turns into Ultraman.
I still like the Ultraman
So
episode where they felt the need to be like, how does he show back up so fast after he flies away? And they showed him turn into that dumb little ball and then flying back down.
They did. They did.
Yeah, that's the one where Ide sees him.
Yeah. Does he know? He did not. Okay, we'll be back in a sec. Well, we're back. We're going to talk about anything else. I've got a couple of things, but like I might wait until the end. So if anyone else wants to jump in, go for it.
I've been watching a lot of shit, but Mel, if
What
you
have you been
want
watching?
first.
Oh, okay.
I don't have much. It'll probably be brief.
Okay.
Yeah, you go. Start.
Yeah. So this one isn't done. It's more like a thing I'm in the middle of. But I'm continuing. My visual novels are just easy to read at the moment for me, so may as well.
You've just got them on the brain. It works.
Yeah, may as well keep at it. So taking a break before doing the Suiso no Sora remake. So I said to go back in time. This one's a bit more like a bit more funny enough, there's a lot of resonance with Suino Sora. It's like contemporaneous a bit. Came out like the year after, kind of like in a horror space, so appropriate for Halloween. And also, funny enough, just kind of like small budget title, and sort of like similar to Suino Sora, and that's like, oh, this is like the first kind of work by this kind of creator, and he'll go on to become a bit more prolific later. But it's sort of like the template of what he'll end up doing in the future.
I'm realizing what visual novel this is.
I think it's called Tsukihime.
I think you killed that shit.
Yeah, so I was like, it felt appropriate because I think I mentioned on this pod before that I've read the arc route before of Tsukihime in the past, and I was like, well, I may as well go back and actually finish this. So I've as of last night, I finished all the near side routes, so that's me doing a reread of the arc route and then doing the CL route. You know who's cool?
CL?
The Arcwood burst it.
Well, this is also true.
Yeah, CL is cool though. It is fun. Oh, the powered CL thing is just there. It's there in the end. Fun directions. It does feel like a bit of a shame that there's a lot of like the way the route's structured. Like a lot of the route for CL's route is still like you spend a lot of time with Arcwood.
That is true.
It does feel like she almost gets like half overshadowed in her own route. Like CL is just not as present in Arc's route the way that Arc is present in CL's route. And part of that's just like the nature of where the plot goes, and she keep being like, "Damn, I got horny murder for this girl." means he still has to like be partnered with Arc and being brought into the vampire plot. But it's pretty cool. Lots of bad ends as usual. CL's route, of course, important because it has the chair scene.
That is true.
Yeah.
It's also got the scene where he says, "If I wasn't so distracted by how exhausted I was and the murder I'd just committed, I'd be able to appreciate how sexy Senpai looks."
Yes, it's really good. I like this gets followed up later with this scene where he's like, where like CL saves him from like a crow, and he's like, "Yeah, despite how being almost killed, I vacantly think those highlights and boots look really cool."
So true, Shiki.
Shiki is a really dumb boy.
He's a very dumb boy. He is.
I'm wishing you luck on the far side routes, because I got filtered by the little sister route, and I've not gone back yet, but one day I will.
I've read Tsukihime. I can handle it, I'm sure. Tsukihime is a much tamer game.
I'm trying to remember. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I mean, you will get to witness the combo of maybe one of the greatest tweets ever made.
Oh, I know that. I know the tweet.
the guy like the fucking, oh, finally a visual novel that's normal about sisters. No. So
yeah. See, I'm curious how the far side route will go, because I feel like I know less what to expect.
Far Side does contain my favorite bits of Tsukihime. I think there's
it is 3/5 of the game. So.
Yeah, there's a stretch of the Hisui route that is probably my favorite bit of Tsukihime.
Yeah, I get the impression that like the Akaha route is like a low point, but like the maids each have really good routes.
Yeah.
But also I know perhaps even less about the Hisui route than the Kohaku route, which is just like...
I mean, the Hisui route is kind of like... Because like Kohaku is kind of the main event of Tsukihime, right?
Yeah, that's the impression. Like, I don't know like specifically what happens, but I get the impression like Kohaku is like the big deal. It's like the last route for a reason.
Yeah, yeah.
So in a way, like, Hisui kind of gets overshadowed, unfortunately, but also just like I've heard that route's pretty good, so we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, there's a particular thing in it that I'm just like, is like the thing that sticks in my mind when I think of Tsukihime.
Also, anyway. As I alluded to last week, it's nice that you can read things really fast when there's in voice acting.
This is very true. Just hammer your way through that.
And boy, do they stretch out those 10 songs in the soundtrack. And honestly, they do a pretty good job of it.
Yeah, I think... Speaking of which, I must have done this when I installed the game like 5 years ago.
Did you switch it to the classic?
I switched it to like the remaster, I think. Okay, not remastered, but like remix soundtrack. It's like the what's it called, the Ever After thing.
Yeah, I think the download, the version of Tsukihime that everyone gets comes with both versions of the soundtrack that you can switch out. Yeah,
I don't remember doing that or like what made me do that. So I did like get confused, like looking up the OST and then listening to the soundtrack, being like, it's different, and then finding out, oh wait, I have those files here. This is the original soundtrack, and I can't switch it now because I'm like, well, my brain would be broken by this. So
I think they're quite similar. There's just a couple of yeah.
I do think the new arrangements are pretty nice though. I do enjoy that like Nasu is like, how do I use this stock photo background?
Oh yeah.
What if it was blue?
Yeah.
It's charming.
Like no, I really appreciate the like old VN strat of just like, we're just gonna blur up this like photo.
Yeah. Like Higurashi does it as well, obviously. Not unsurprising because Yoshiki was like made Higurashi because he was like, damn, Tsukihime is so cool. I'm gonna use the same engine Nasu did. Which is, explains a lot of like Higurashi being also made an end scripter. But, Tsukihime uses a filter like for colors in a way that Higurashi does not, so it's just kind of funny, like, oh yeah, everything's blue for some reason.
It's such a vibe, especially like the city scenes.
Yeah,
like I like it.
It's interesting when they get some backgrounds that are like there's like a gradient, like for like CL's bedroom at night, where it's like, oh, there's like, it's kind of a dark purple, but there's like a brighter warm color, like this around a lamp or something. They make do. Yeah, it's good. I will say the degree to which there's hair-raising stuff is like, damn, it sure sucks when Shiki is a perpetrator of sexual violence, but
yeah,
still tamer than...
that's like the real edgelord shit in Tsukihime. Yeah,
still tamer than Tsukihime, but also nobody in Tsukihime is really a perpetrator as the when you're their PvE character, which is definitely interesting to think about. Same as Sunasora. Yeah, also deer.
Yeah.
Deer?
Deer.
I've forgotten about the deer. What's the what?
Look in the chat.
Let me have a look. Oh, yes. There is a deer.
Deer. I don't know why they did that.
This is a very useful move in Melty Blood.
I see.
I remember like fighting summoning casuals in Melty Blood locals once, and they used the deer on me, and I just made like an ungodly sound when seeing it.
That like, deer is a motherfucker to deal with.
It was. I like coming to Tsukihime as someone who plays a bunch of Melty Blood and being able to just like get to Roa and be like, oh, there he is.
Yep, yeah.
And it's Michael.
I had the same thing.
He does not have his strats in that final battle. He just kind of gets owned pretty quickly.
I'm scrolling in the chat trying to find a screenshot that I took of a visual novel that is there it is. That's my favorite screenshot from Sayano Uta. Sorry, we moved past this subject a while ago, but this is just a photo of a car.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Anyway.
Thank you, Genna Uruchi.
Thank you.
But yeah, that's really all I got. I didn't really do much. If I hadn't finished the CL route yesterday, I wouldn't have had anything.
We all
should
have
get
weeks
back.
like that.
Maybe I should try to power through Tsukihime and get back to it. I think my problem, and I usually don't have this for things, I know most of what happens in those 2 main routes, and I'm like, I kind of feel like I got my fill on it. But like, I am like, I should just do the formality of having read the damn thing. I think another thing that does stick with me is I really, really resonated with Kara no Kyokai, and so much of Tsukihime is like, oh, what if I cleaned up those ideas a little bit? And I think I just kind of... Garden of Sinners hit me more in a way that I think Tsukihime doesn't quite hit, but I still like quite a bit. Nasu's odd. I feel like actually, Mel and I just talked about this when we played fighting games. But I feel like Nasu, I get diminishing returns on me resonating with his stuff as he goes from Garden of Sinners to Tsukihime to Fate. And I think part of it is just how those ideas do continuously feel as though they are being molded and shaped up to be more palatable to a mainstream audience. So yeah, it's
and shonenified.
Yeah, and shonenified. Definitely.
Like I def say, like I engaged in some Fate stuff in the past and then gravitated away from it. Which means that, like, for a long time, my main engagement with Type Moon was Melty Blood, and therefore I was like, well, I guess I'm interested in Tsukihime.
Yeah.
That's how
a lot of people get in.
I wonder how you feel about Mahoyo.
I need to read it. I've owned the remake for a while. I had one friend who read it as a not Type Moon person, and kind of bounced off because apparently there was a lot of typos and weird grammatical mistakes, and was just like,
oh,
well, why would I read anything by these guys? And I was like, yeah, that's fair, I guess. But I should give that a go.
Yeah, it is annoying that, like, the Fate novels and Mahoyo are on Steam, but Tsukihime Remake is not.
Where do you even get Tsukihime Remake?
Switch and PS4.
Oh, that's really funny.
Do you know the really stupid reason he gave as to why that is?
No.
He was like, well, the visuals are so beautiful, I think they deserve to be seen on a big TV screen. I don't want people reading this on the computer.
That's really funny.
Nasu,
I am playing my PlayStation on my computer monitor. I'm gonna be real with you, bro.
If I play that remake, I'm probably going to play the Switch version on not a Switch. If you catch my drift.
I'm not sure I do. Can you speak like louder and maybe like closer in towards this microphone? That's okay.
Have you had like yuzu fruit drinks?
Or
maybe it's like something citrus.
I like citrus.
Yeah. Anyway,
the manga.
Is that a dolphin in the room?
What?
It's emulators.
Oh, I
we were talking about fruit.
Sequest.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, sorry. I went back to my divorced dad project emulation station.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had a bite.
Is that working yet?
Yeah, it's working. It's working. It's working.
Okay, so now we get it. We've done Attack of the Clones. We've done Phantom Menace. We need to squeeze a Revenge of the Sith one in at some point.
Yeah.
It won't be hard. It won't be hard.
Hello there.
Okay.
We can find a better one later.
Yeah. Thank you, Mel. All right, who's you or me?
I can go through the batch of things I've watched.
Yeah, go for it.
My wrist has been kind of weird. I've been learning how to wave dash in Tekken, and I think one day I did that for too long.
I see.
And I have a lot of things I need to type for work in the next week. So it's feeling better each day, but I'm like, I don't really want a game right now just to be safe. So outside of the Dark Talkers melon I recorded as we talked about, I have not really played video games the past like week or so. But my friends have been playing video games, and one of them that came out recently is that new Digimon game, which has put the friend group in a Digimon mood. I was never a Digimon person. I didn't really watch it growing up. I had a few like plush toys from like Happy Meals or like whatever, like growing up that I liked and played with or whatever, but like I never really like did Digimon stuff or like watched the shows. I rented Digimon World.
They had a pretty good season on GGP a couple years back.
Well, funny you say that. But before we get to that,
okay.
I did play Digimon World 1 through 3. I rented those quite a bit when I was a kid, and I did like those. That's probably the most like Digimon nostalgia I have, are renting those games and my child brain going, wow, these are fucking hard. For some reason. I do want to revisit those at some point. But one of my friends, because some Fang of my old Kamen Rider podcast fame, so he started playing Time Stranger. This put another friend of mine in a mood, and she was like, I really want to rewatch Digimon Tamers. And I was like, yeah, fuck it, why not? I'll join in on that. So I've been watching Digimon Tamers. Because I did not watch it along with GGP when that was happening. We're about 20 episodes in.
Yeah.
It's a pretty dang good show. I'm having a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The OP is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's neat. I like the eye catch where they're all little Lego figures.
Yeah.
I would die for Kuluman.
Itmon's a funny guy.
It's not Revenge of the Sith. I'm sorry, it was Phantom Menace again.
You've failed us. Itmon is pretty cool. I enjoy his tragic backstory of almost being pulled apart by two upset toddlers. We keep joking that Terriermon is being subjected to Goo Goo babies because of Lee's sister.
God. That is true.
Yeah. So the funny part is that her favorite Digimon has always been Terriermon, and then like I never knew Kuluman existed, but I really love that guy. So like we've just both latched on to these two fucking little scrimblos. Those evolutions are not good for like the main three like fighting Digimon. They mostly look bad.
Yeah, but the critical thing about Digimon is that they turn back.
Yes, thank fucking God.
Yeah, the Gilamon's ultimate form is really cool. I fuck with it a lot.
Ash turning up in Digimon with his Pikachu and going, "Oh, thank God!"
Is Gilmon's ultimate form the third one?
No, there's a fourth one.
Okay, all right. Because that third one I think is one of the most hideous things I've ever seen. I hate it so much. Yeah, Renamon. I like Cubimon actually, and yeah.
Trying to remember any of the fucking transformations.
Terriermon gets pants and gun arms.
He does.
I did bring up, I think it's really weird that he evolves and gets pants. And he didn't have them before. That's
just Digimon.
Yeah.
That's just how that go.
Yeah. I haven't seen a lot of Digimon myself. I've basically seen... Like, obviously I watched them as a kid. Like, I watched a lot of Adventure as a kid, dubbed. But never, like, the full thing. But, you know, for GGP I watched Tamers, and then last year I managed to loop around back to a show that... The Ghost game, which took me way too long to finish. But also, the new season, Beat Breakers started, and I'm like, okay, I'll watch that.
People seem to be really liking it, too, from what I saw.
I watched the first episodes, and it's pretty cool so far. So.
Yeah, that's good. I didn't know until, like, recently, like, it was still going like that, and it's neat that they still managed to,
Digimon's like one of those things where, like, it seems to come in waves. Like, they'll have a show, and then they'll not have a show for a while, and then they'll come back with a new show. Because I think Ghost Game was like 70 episodes, but it was in like 2020 or something. So,
oh, that makes sense.
I see. Ghost Game. Digimon Ghost Game fall 2021 for 67 episodes. That'd be like... it's been a couple of years since it ended, so...
Yeah, we were laughing though because like Fang's been playing Time Stranger, and that game feels like it's taken cues from SMT5, like just even like some of the UI and like how it's interesting. I think it's neat that like they're kind of like, yeah, we don't want this to just be like play like Pokemon. I think that stuff's cool.
Yeah. People be liking Time Stranger.
Yeah. It looks really neat.
I should watch Digimon because because it's Digimon, because I basically like the Digimon idea. I like it. But also Digimon Adventure 02 is written by the Fresh Precure guy, and so I'm like, well, I should watch your other kids show.
Oh yeah, I should watch. Yeah, I want to watch Digimon Adventure and 02, but also like it's a weird situation where like the best version of that show to watch is the discotheque subtitle releases, and no one has ripped those yet.
What are they doing? Why haven't they done that?
I find this a lot with a lot of discotheque releases where like sometimes people just don't rip them, and I'm like,
you gotta put in the work. Come on.
Like, yeah, like come on.
Treat it like a Beyblade.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And this is where Brad says, speaking of...
Yeah. Actually, I got really into Bakugan. No. The only other thing, I guess speaking of shows that Digimon writers also wrote, while watching Tamers is it's like, holy shit, that dude, because like it's the Lain guy.
Yeah.
And comparing and contrasting the ideas going on both those shows has been really fun. Mm-hmm. It's like, oh, this dude was just in like a mood. And I have already convinced my friend. I was like, okay, we do have to watch when we're done with this show. We do have to watch the stage production they did where they defeat cancel culture. And she was like, fine.
Have you seen Big O?
Yeah, I have.
Man,
I need to watch Lain.
Lain's
good.
Lain is like really good.
Here's the thing: don't necessarily attempt to understand Lain that well. That's not what it's for.
You don't seem to.
Shut up! Shut the fuck up. Lain.
I remember the one time you
vibes.
called me old because those people showed up on my YouTube rewind thing.
Did I call you old because of that? I might have done.
Yeah.
That's just a real band, is the thing.
Yeah. I listened to them quite a bit for like a year there because I was like, damn, this is just easy music to like walk or work to.
When will the third anime to use Franz Ferdinand come out?
Speaking of Franz Ferdinand.
Oh my god, we're so good at this.
I decided, it's been too long since I started my World War I in film project, and I haven't really done much with it.
Oh my god, we're so good at this!
So I was looking up some more Picnic at Hanging Rock stuff while me and my friends were talking about it, and I saw that Peter Weir had made a World War I film called Gallipoli. Have either of you two heard of this?
Yes.
Okay.
I know of the battle, but not the movie. All
right. I was unfamiliar with both. Red, have you seen this movie?
Long time ago, but yes.
Okay, so
this is the Fast as a Leopard movie, right?
Yes, it's the Fast as a Leopard. My feet are springs. So Gallipoli is a Australian in World War I like movie that directed by Peter Weir. And was based on a anecdote from I can't remember, some military figure who wrote like a memoir on like his experiences in World War I. Wrote about the failed Gallipoli campaign and had like a kind of grim footnote about how he watched a failed trench charge and noted that the one guy he knew who was a professional runner was the guy that made it the furthest before getting shot. And
an example of like, because it's the cultural difference is so interesting. When I remember the podcast where you said World War One's not really like covered, that like not really very well thought about, and I'm like, that's fucking crazy, because I know, because Gallipoli is like a very big deal. It was like a terrible catastrophe of a British campaign. British orchestrated campaign.
Never even heard the name before watching this.
Yeah,
it feels like it makes sense that it'd be a bigger deal for the British than the Americans.
It's a big deal for Australia, because what happened?
I just mean World War One, but yeah, Gallipoli especially is like a Australia thing,
and it's like Churchill who fucks up. Churchill again. He's back.
Canada has the Vimy Ridge as like, oh, there's a battle where we won. It's like, oh, that was the first time Canadians fought together as a country. And it's like, whatever. Jerk off motion.
That's how. Reading up on this is apparently like this is the exact same thing for Australia, where the Battle of Gallipoli is apparently seen as like one of the big early pushes that like pushes towards like national identity and nationalism that Australians felt because of war.
Newfoundland has the Somme, which is like so many Newfoundlanders died, and also Newfoundland was a separate dominion at the time. So, like, they mark that day as Memorial Day. But the awkward thing is that day, like, the day this happened was, like, July 1st. So that's when their Memorial Day is. And then they joined Canada, and Canada Day is on July 1st.
But yeah, there's a lot in this movie about the tension between Australia and the larger British Empire at this time. Both like in like the training camps, but then also too like the first part of this movie is basically about these two boys who are really good at running, feeling the pressure to join up and fight in the war because like propaganda and like the cultural like societal push that they're feeling to like join up along with all of the other boys their age. But like there's the sense of like, well, this is like Britain's war. Like, why do we need to be involved or dragged into this? Especially amongst like the older crowd. The one of Mel Gibson, his character is from an Irish migrant family, and they're just like, well, why the fuck would we help them? And Mel Gibson ends up feeling like pressured to join because he's like, oh, like women like the men in uniform, and there's kind of like a stigma towards the people that aren't racing out to join up, and he doesn't want to feel like he's being left out and left behind as all of his friends go to join up. And just like wonderful scenes of like when they're out training and stuff, and like the Australian soldiers have kind of this like reputation for being like kind of immature dirtbags, and like the British have like a stick up their own ass, like hoity-toity, and like they're constantly at each other's throats. There's one really good scene where like I think his name's Archie, like the main character guy is talking with an older man, and he's like, why the hell would you want to go fight like a war over there? And he's like, well, they're saying that if we don't beat them over there, they'll attack over here. And then the old man just kind of looks back to like all like the outback and desert, and he's like, well, they're free to come here if they want. I don't know why they would. But I think it's really neat how this movie is structured, because it really starts out as like a day in the life of like these boys and their experience living in Australia in 1915. And it almost sort of becomes like an adventure film, because the main character is underage, and when he tries to sign up for the Light Horse Regiment at his like local town area, like someone rats him out, who is like a guy who hates him, and he's like, no, he's way too young to join. So they have to go book it to a city. So like they like, you know, hop on trains, they cross like, you know, dried up lake beds and all this stuff to just so that they can go and like join up and enter the army, and like these guys become fast friends throughout the process. Around the part of this movie where I'm like, I think these guys are a little bit closer than friends. It cuts to them at night carving this into the Great Pyramids.
That's real. Okay. So they're carving their names into the pyramids.
Frank plus Archie, AIF 1915, right into the stones of the pyramids, and I'm just like, okay.
Now, fellas, let's not deface the pyramids. However, very cute.
They do. This is also a panning shot where to the upper left of this carving is Napoleon's name.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah. But no, it's wild. There's honestly, there actually is like a lot of really good scenes with like them like in Cairo interacting with the locals.
Like the Dark Talkers we recorded.
Yeah, that was like, this is the second time today I've seen the pyramids in the thing I've watched. But like there's a scene where one of the boys pulls out like this old like antique thing, and he's like, "Oh, the guy who sold this to me said it was 10,000 years old." And then another guy pulls out the exact same trinket, and he's like, "Oh, how much did you pay for yours?" So they decide to go get their money back. And they go into a shop and just start like breaking shit and being like, "You better fucking give us our money." And then they get money, and then they walk out. And then as they're walking out, one of the guys in the group looks and goes, "Wait a minute. Guys, that was the wrong shop. We got scammed by the one across the street."
Oh my god.
Oh no.
There's also another scene that I liked a lot where they're out like just in the hustle and bustle of the city and very clearly feeling like fish out of waters, and like the women in the brothels are like, "Hey, you boys, get over here." And there's one kid who's kind of scrawny and is like the like super Christian one of the group, and he's like crying and begging for everyone not to go in. And he's like, "What are you gonna tell your wives on your wedding night?" And they're all like, "Well, we could be dead next month." And they're just all walking in. It's a great movie. The way they work in the fact that the two, like Mel Gibson, the other guy, are like, they come from like a athletic like running background is actually really interesting. And it's good. It is a very well done, like one of these coming of age, like seeing the horrors of war firsthand, and it's all cracked up to be war dramas. I really liked this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Has a very famous ending, which
yes.
Because I discovered this movie like 30 minutes before I watched it, I had no idea of, and wow, that hit.
Yeah. It's possible I've not actually seen this movie all the way through, but I have seen the ending like I don't know, like 20 times or something. It's just
incredible. On TV. Yeah. Highly recommend. I like, this was just a movie I'd never heard of before, and I was just like, wow, it always rules when you stumble onto a really great piece of cinema. Mm-hmm. That was a fucking picture, as Gene Siskel would have said. Actually, he probably would have said
a moving
fuck.
one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look up Gene Siskel's Gallipoli? Gallipoli? You're right there, Red. I just looked up Gene Siskel. I didn't even look up Gallipoli. There we go. Gallipoli. What did he have to say about Gallipoli?
Gene Siskel's like, it was a tragedy for the Australian people. He's not actually talking about the movie.
No, this is a domain name. Okay, I'm not gonna find this.
Yeah. This is one of two movies I watched about war this week.
This is a weaker segue than we're not gonna get a better segue than the last one. I'm sorry.
No. But you know, when you're fighting a war, sometimes you need Nicolas Cage to sell you the weapons. I watched Lord of War.
I see. I understand.
I watched this because I got recommended a YouTube clip that had Nicolas Cage in it that said selling guns is a lot like selling vacuum cleaners, and my interest was piqued.
I see.
and I was like, this seems like a thing to watch. What I was not prepared for is about 10 minutes into this movie, Nicolas Cage walks in on his brother, Jared Leto, working as a chef at a restaurant, and he goes, "Why did you hang up a sign that says 'Beware of dog' when we don't have a dog?" And Jared Leto, as earnestly as possible, looks at Nicolas Cage and goes, "It's a reminder to myself to beware the dog in me." Which I had to pause and just laugh for a bit. Yeah.
First of all, this is not a combination of guys I want to interact with.
Nope.
Also, that's incredible.
I fucking lost it. I'll send you the clip afterwards, because it was quite the introduction to that character. This movie is okay. As soon as I hit credits on this, I was like, this feels like a movie that was written by a college kid who read a book for the first time and got really excited about it.
Many such cases.
There are really good, so Nicolas Cage is, narrating throughout this movie. He is an arms dealer who is using the dissolution of the Soviet Union as his opportunity to, go big in the arms dealing trade, globally. And it's all about, the different, conflicts he gets into with other arms dealers, with his clients, with the UN. He has, he manufactures a situation with all the money he gets where he basically makes an artificial meet cute with the model he has always pined for, so that they fall in love and start a family, but she doesn't really know what he does, and there's tension there. And the thing about this movie I do like is I do think that the montage sequences where Nicolas Cage is narrating the life of, an arms dealer and what the global arms trade looks like is actually pretty good. The movie actually opens with the opening scene of this movie is actually pretty famous because it's pretty well done. But it's the life of a bullet, and it's a bullet being created on a production line, and you follow it going down all the belts and getting shipped off and stuff. And then it cuts to it going all throughout the world within its little crate of ammunition, going all the way, finding itself in Africa, and then being loaded into a gun and then fired and burrowing into a child soldier's head. Very effective, introduction to the movie and what it's going to be talking about. I was like, oh damn, that is pretty solid. There's a bunch of other random good solid bits from Nick Cage talking about this job takes you a bunch of interesting places. I sold Israeli made guns to Muslim fighters. I sold communist made bullets to fascists. All that sort of stuff. Ian Holm is in this movie as one of the old veteran arms dealer guys. And there's kind of an interesting plot line there. I think of all the subplots in this movie, that was my favorite one because there's a tension between Nicolas Cage and Ian Holm where Ian Holm is well, yeah, I sell weapons to the people I want to win. Or I sell weapons to both sides if I want them to both lose as much as possible. Mm-hmm. And Nicolas Cage is you're stupid. Just sell to everyone. You don't give a fuck who wins or loses. And the old guard of arms dealers can't really compete with those guys because they just lack any they're just profiting as much as possible. They don't care about what the state of the world looks like or what borders shift, as long as they're getting that sale. Mm-hmm. I think, is it Ethan Hawke plays a UN inspector guy who's constantly hunting this guy down. The one thing that does it's Ethan Hawke, but the one thing I do think this movie is a little sloppy with is the way anytime you get a movie that's kind of a crime or illegal activity movie like this, you're hoping that a lot of these different plot threads are going to interweave in complicated ways that kind of make it things get really tense and blow up. And, like, they're kind of threatening that the whole movie with, like, oh, he has a wife and, like, a kid, and they don't really know what he's doing when he's away in different parts of the world for so long. And, you know, people from the UN are trying to, like, track him down and stop him and all this other stuff. And they all feel so siloed off that by the time they actually do start to interweave and complications come up a little bit, it felt a little obligatory and it felt very predictable. This movie awoke an opinion I never really thought I had, but I felt deeply. I think if you have a death by car bombing in your movie, you can't make the car bombing that predictable. Like, I saw it coming a minute away, and I was like, oh, come on. Unless I see the guy plant the car bomb, it should be a big shock. It was not a big shock. I was like, that car's gonna blow up, and it did. And I went, what the fuck are we doing here?
You mean like when you see like two people driving and the camera's positioned in such a way that you know that there's gonna be a car that slams into them?
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, it was like an okay watch. You don't really need to see this. I think maybe this would have hit different in like 2005, but like
many such cases.
Yeah, like I think the world has moved on from this movie, and it's like everyone knows about this shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Yeah. The last thing I watched is a movie many of my friends were very surprised I had never seen before and decided that they needed to correct this. For the first time in my life, I've seen The Fifth Element.
You haven't seen The Fifth Element?
No.
You know who hasn't seen The Fifth Element?
You?
Me.
Yeah.
The Fifth Element's pretty good. It's like kind of stupid.
It's very stupid. One of my friends told me that apparently the very first draft of this movie screenplay was written when the writer was 12, and I went, that explains a lot.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. Bruce Willis is retired fucking, I guess, like Navy SEAL spaceman.
Yeah. Basically.
And he's Mila Jovovich ends up in his cab and is like an alien lady and also the Fifth Element, and she needs to awaken her powers to stop a giant evil sun from blowing up the Earth.
Now, I am being 100% serious here. She's basically Eureka from Eureka 7. But without,
you know what? You're right.
But you know, maybe without the source, without some of the queer readings you can have of Eureka.
This is maybe one of the worst romances I've ever seen in a sci-fi movie. It's really bad. He is into her way too fast, and like she basically has the mind of a baby.
Yeah.
Well, okay, I should say that because she is very clearly a hyper competent and like advanced being, but also like can't really communicate because she's still learning the language.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, there's, like, a childlike innocence to her that just makes every interaction she has where Bruce Willis is trying to force a kiss on her really fucking creepy and off-putting.
This is a Luc Besson movie, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Which I think the only other thing I've seen... Well, wait, hold on. No, I need to see what else... But, I saw Valerian, and I remember having a good time with it. But, yeah, it felt very similar in that way. This is the fucking Taken guy, of course. And Leon, yeah, okay. I don't think I ever put so many of these... I don't think I ever really realized...
The crucial piece of knowledge about Luc Besson is he's a fucking pedophile creep.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why Leon is like that.
Yeah. But yeah, this was like, I guess, a mostly fun, adventurous sci-fi romp. That, like, I think the characters are bad, but, like...
Yeah, I don't think I could identify any one good feature of the movie.
No, Chris Tucker is there.
Yeah.
That blue lady sings opera.
She does.
There's a few Bruce Willis action sequences that I think are kind of the highlight of the whole thing. A lot of cool big space guns. Actually, you know what I do like is the subplot with the mercenaries that are really mad the bad corporate CEO man did not pay them, and they're just constantly chasing after every other character that actually matters in the movie and causing problems to occur. That's kind of fun. You know what I will say? I think the alien designs are actually really solid in this movie. The good guy, round, friendly aliens at the beginning of this movie that show up are cool. I like their designs a lot. They feel like something out of like a 90s like PC game. But yeah, I guess I'm happy I finally watched it. I don't really have too much to say. I'll probably never watch this again. I should watch more sci-fi slop, though.
Never watching this.
Yeah, you're fine.
I think you're fine.
You're fine.
I think you're
Have you
fine.
seen Lynch's Dune?
Yeah.
Oh, much better movie.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm looking at these, the Mondo show one. The round
those
guys. These are absolutely the guys from Mass Effect. The guys from Mass Effect are absolutely doing this. You know the guys in the suits?
For Mel reference.
Mass Effect Volo. Is it Volus? Volus.
Thank you.
Yes, the Volus from Mass Effect.
I see this and think of Victory Gundam.
Yeah, honestly, kind of has that design language a little bit.
Yeah. Well, The Fifth Element.
The Fifth Element. That's all I had. I've been watching a lot.
Cool. Let me open. It's boron. By the way,
I see.
I just looked it up.
I thought it was light, and they had to take the mask of light to the center of Matt Nui.
Yep.
Oh, wait, that was the seventh element.
That would be the seventh element. There are too many elements in rock and stone are different elements. No, is it ground, earth and stone? Earth and stone.
Yeah, earth and stone in Bionicle, but in Pokemon it's ground and rock.
That's true. That's true.
The 1-2 punch of like being into Bionicle as a kid and being into Pokemon kid did just get me the idea of like, soil and rocks being separate.
Yeah, they're different things. They come from different things, fundamentally. Was that you, Brad?
Yeah, that's me.
All right. I did a couple things. I watched. I watched Land of the Dead.
Yeah.
I suppose the first thing, I went to a wedding. It was a good time. So I've been busy, but I watched Land of the Dead. That movie it's all right. It's not like, it's not like the first three. The first three are like proper classics. Land of the Dead is like...
So this is where the quality is looking.
Land of the Dead, yeah, is like a 2000s movie. It's got the guy from The Mentalist in it. He's the lead character. But it's also got
That's fun.
hang on. John Leguizamo. That's his name. It's got John Leguizamo in it, and the guy, Dennis Hopper.
Dennis Hopper.
Dennis Hopper's Kaufman. Yeah.
Oh, from the Super Mario Bros. Movie.
Yep.
This movie is also responsible for one of my very rare celebrity crushes as a child.
Ooh, who?
Yeah, it was unfortunately Asia Argento, who has been turbo canceled.
I see.
But,
I see. Well, it happens.
No,
it happens.
She plays Slack.
Yeah. So yeah, basically, when John Leguizamo isn't on screen, I'm asking, where is John Leguizamo? He is great in this movie. He's like the only guy I care about because he's like a man of ambition, and meanwhile the hero guy is like, oh, I want to go off into the sunset and go where there's no people. I've done my time. I'm the hero guy. We gotta do the right thing. And John Leguizamo is like got a revenge quest against his boss who has conned him out of a place in the rich people quarter of Pittsburgh, of their little hideout in Pittsburgh. This movie's okay. I know this is kind of more in line a little bit with what George Romero wanted to do back in the 80s. I think this movie would have been better if he'd made it in the 80s, but here we are. It's just kind of...
We'll have to be, oh man, we can now do the thing that we always wanted to do, and it turns out it's worse than the thing with limitations.
I mean, yes, but also I feel like it's not quite... Here's the thing. He doesn't actually have the scale to do the thing that he wants to do, because he wants to do like an epic, right? And this is a 90-minute movie. He's not making an epic. I can see the scale that he wants to work out in this movie. He is still running into obstacles with that. And what he makes is just pretty good. It's, it still rocks when zombies kill people. It's he's very good at it. It's like it's cool. But I just I don't know. There's something lost. There's also I think there's a first signs of old man George Romero showing up in this movie. Right? 'Cause, there's a scene where a zombie, the zombies break into the rich people place, and one of them bites out a woman's belly button ring, and I'm like, okay, George Romero is now an old man. He's like, the kids, the women, they wear the crop tops and the belly button rings.
Also, Wachowski happened to him.
Yeah, and they get mad at you if you stare at them. I'm George Romero. I'm an old man now. Chibli. I'm making another zombie movie, Chibli. It's called The Asshole of the Dead. No one's going to like it.
You say that there is apparently another one of these.
Yes.
That I think's been attempted to be made for a bit.
Chibli, I'm dead, Chibli, but they won't let me rest in peace. They're putting my name on another zombie movie, Chibli. My wife, she won't let me leave. She won't let me rest in peace. I don't know why they're making another George Romero zombie movie. He's fucking dead. They're like, it's gonna. Oh, he might not be here. He might not be writing it. He might not be directing it. But it's still gonna be a George Romero zombie movie. And I'm like, that's not how that works.
They're definitely putting the name on that. Yeah.
It's not how it works.
They're gonna Dune the Dead series.
They should do Film of the Dead, and instead it's like,
oh yes.
It's about George Romero zombie coming back to direct.
Yo,
I mean
that does happen. That's in Call of Duty zombie mode.
I was about to say that's in Call of Duty Black Ops.
George Romero comes back from the dead.
And Danny Trejo and Michelle Gellar are there for some reason.
Yeah, listen. It was the two. What year was it? I don't know.
2011, I'm pretty sure.
What a year.
2010, I was wrong. Shouts to that one. I
Shout
don't remember what all happened in 2010. I shouldn't co-sign that.
What happened in things in 20...
the year we make contact, you might find.
Oh, I see. So yeah, I'm not gonna continue with the. I don't think I need to see
Diary.
I don't need to watch Diary or Survival. I think I'm good. I think if they ever make that new one, maybe I'll go see that. But it's not gonna be a George Romero movie because he's dead. He's been dead. He will continue to be dead.
Do you think, how many more years out do you think we will be before we get, because zombies, ironically, zombie
Died
stuff
out.
does feel like it comes in waves
Yeah.
of interest. I wonder how much longer we got until zombie stuff is in vogue again. I feel like we have a few years yet.
I mean, for me, it's right now.
Yeah.
I don't know. I find it
People
quite...
did like 28 years later, it seemed like. So.
Okay. I find it quite evocative as like a version of like the fear of inevitable death that's quite... Because like, it adds to it because it's not like oh, melancholy about how everyone's going to die. It's gonna be fucking gross. It's gonna be like really awful. I don't know. There's something a little more potent about that to me.
It seems a lot more accepting of like, well, life will have to go on and it's gonna be awful.
Yeah. There's also in the movies I've seen so far, but I imagine it's just of course it turns up in like all zombie stuff. There's like a certain fantasy of creating a controlled situation, like the fantasy that you can create a situation that won't suffer catastrophe, that won't change, that can just keep going forever. And it's like this. It's like, in a George Romero movie, a guy who had some like political consciousness, that is like a sign of like a deep reactionary sentiment, right? But this is also a thing that's kind of applicable to I'm always thinking, if I get through this week, I can like reach a stability. And it's like, no, I won't. That's not true. That's a fantasy. And so there's some catharsis in like the zombie movie where it's like, it'll fall apart. It will. Which is kind of why I don't like the third act of Dawn of the Dead, because it's all the biker gangs show up and ruin it. It's like, well, I think it should have come from within. But yeah,
well,
Land of the Dead.
Those bikers, they'd beat up a kid just to win a soccer
They would. They really would.
You gotta watch out for him.
You gotta watch out for him. Land of the Dead was okay. I read, I've been trying to read some novels. Fantasy YouTube guys need to calm down about novels that have romance in it, because what they inevitably do is, because they only read books that have magic systems in it, they go, oh, this book is like, it's like more of a romance than a fantasy novel. And then I go, oh, that sounds sick. And then I read it, and it is like every other word is about the magic system. And I'm like, you people don't know anything. Stop making these books sound good. So I've been reading one dark.
This might also be like why might not end up being as much of a Nasu person as other people, just because
magic system.
And you know what? I bet none of these magic systems you're reading about have the detail that you can restore mana by swapping fluids.
Well, I mean, they should. It's just a clear, very. I mean, there is a fan. Okay, now. An oomph on Blue Sky was posting about, I think, the second Gideon the Ninth book or something, about how awful it is, and they were specifically saying that like they can't believe that this book is about the mechanics of one guy's cum, and I just responded with a picture of Saber blushing. Anyway, but yeah, One Dark Window. It needs to stop talking about the Providence cards. It needs to stop. I don't care that it's like I'm watching an anime or something. I'm losing my mind. There's like there's like another fantasy.
I hear this why Brandon Sanderson is pretty popular.
Shut the fuck up. There's another. Speaking of another novel I started reading, got about 20 minutes into, and was like, I have to stop. I started listening to the Way of Kings, and I don't know. I just briefly became. In that moment, I mean, what was happening was I was reading another fantasy novel at the time, and then I was transitioning between trains, and so I was like, I'm going to listen to this other fantasy novel. And then I listened to The Way of Kings for like 20 minutes, and I was like, I'm a snob. I'm like, I can't listen to this. This is beneath me. This is so awful. The fucking, he's talking about, there's this guy called Seth that he's gonna channel the stormlight into him, and he can he can lash things together so that he can change the direction of gravity. And I'm like, this isn't cool, bro. This is lame as fuck. I don't care.
I don't think I'll ever touch Brandon Sanderson ever.
It's not worth it, I don't think. But
I thought the gravity was cool. I thought it was really cool when he killed that guy.
It's just like, it's like within 20 minutes I'm getting the magic rules thrown at me, and I'm just like, I'm not strong enough for this, boss. I can't do it. I can't do it anymore. I have to get out. Anyway, maybe the reason I was being a snob at the time is because I had a very long train journey to get to and from a wedding, and so I read Tehanu, which is like one of the best fantasy novels I've read. Unbelievably
it's not even fair.
What was that? Sorry?
It's not even fair.
It's not, no. It's true.
Hydrogen Bomb versus Coughing Baby.
It's truly not fair. Unbelievably good book. It's a correctional like criticism of her own previous work that elevates her own previous work to new heights. It's like, I can't believe it. It's a miracle of a novel. It's like, I don't, and it's like, it's not like it's not an undercutting of her previous work, right? It's building on it in like a new direction, right? Because like the end of The Farthest Shore ends with like the age of wizards is basically over. The age of the king has begun. And it's like, well, what does that mean? It's like Aragorn, Gandalf sailing off into the west and Aragorn becoming king. It's like there's like a it's like his like myth ends and history begins. And now suddenly in Tehanu, characters aren't operating on this mythic scale anymore. They're more real people. There's like Lebanon gets to be the perfect king of myth in like the instant that the crown is placed on his head, and then like seconds afterwards he's the guy who's the government, right? And that's like, that can be good and that can be bad in the ways that it is in real life. Because yeah, he's cleaning up the pirates. Also, the guys who have abused this child and were trying to break into Tena's house are, as punishment, now going to do a stint on the oars of a galley. And Tena's like, I don't know what to think about that, man. They're slaves now. That doesn't seem good. It's like, I don't know. There's just, it's, and then, and then it's like the courage to like not be,
and again being like, we're not here to free slaves in the farthest shore.
Yeah, exactly. That's the Phantom Menace again. I'm sorry. We haven't got the Revenge of the Sith yet. But it's like the courage to recognize that like you failed to invent a woman who was a wizard, and then not do that, and instead be honest about what Earthsea is, and use that to write, to think about, because like there's a conversation that Ged has with Tenar in this book where Ged says there's a line that I think could lead people astray, where Ged says something like, if a woman was a wizard, she wouldn't be a woman anymore, she'd be a she-man. And it's like this idea that politically in Ursula Le Guin's, model of like dualities and stuff, it's like a woman is like politically subjugated, and so if she, if a woman was a wizard who has like, who wields like power in the way that wizards do, she would politically be a man. And examining the idea that there is like, this with the death of the age of wizards comes like new possibilities of what people can be and what can change now. This is what makes it better than before, is the fact that things can change now. It's not living in like a world of archetypes and stuff. But this is all like very broad stuff, and like the real stuff in Tehanu is like very small, like Ursula Le Guin is like really good at writing stuff. I truly don't think there's any like, there's a chapter where guys try to break into Tainar's house. It's like horrifying, and it's like a very like, on the scale of fantasy fiction, it's a very small scale thing to happen, but it's like, it's a terrifying thing. And
hey, you know what Brandon Sanderson don't got?
Yeah.
Fucking prose.
No, he does not. He fucking doesn't. Jesus Christ. Tehanu was incredible. I couldn't believe how good it was. It's just like an openly feminist fantasy novel, and I then went and I was like, okay, I want to know what specific year this was published, and it was published in like 1990, and I was just like,
yeah,
the 90s, like the subsequent 90s doorstop fantasy fixation on gendered violence in like a very exploitative way is no, like, beyond any kind of like moral assessment of it, is now just on reflection, having read Tehanu, which came out in 1990, is just fucking embarrassing. It's embarrassing that they did that. I like a Song of Ice and Fire using like, oh, this guy raped a woman as like a signifier of he's a villain, is like your genre has stepped beyond this now. You can't do this anymore. You have to evolve. But it hasn't. The genre hasn't evolved. I don't know. It's very good novel. Very good novel. Very strongly recommend Earthsea. This like Tehanu absolutely solidifies Earthsea in like my top like favorite fantasy series. Because like I like the first three stories. I like them a lot. I think Tehanu like elevates them beyond. And like Tombs of Art, like I was talking about ages ago when I reread Tombs of Atuan, I was talking about me like not really liking it as much as I did the first time, because like on reflection I was like, there's kind of an enlightenment like type stuff here where like Ged is a man of learning and he's come to, Tenar is indoctrinated, but Ged has an education, and that's different. And now we get to this book, which takes the position of, was Ged simply educated? Is that all it is? Really good novel. Anyway, that movie's terrible.
Did you follow it up with Earwig and the Witch upon my suggestion?
No, I did not. However, I will be watching From Up on Poppy Hill very soon. I paused my Ghibli watch on. I watched the first like 5 minutes of From Up on Poppy Hill, and I was like, "Wait, no, hang on. I can't let this one be the first Goro movie. I have to watch this afterwards. I can't let this be the first and like follow it up with two terrible movies that no one likes." I don't know why. I don't know why he killed his dad. He had the darkness in him. I don't know what. Again, things that are embarrassing. Depicting Theru like that. it's just any time there's any kind of like casual like sexual menace in Tales from Earthsea, I'm like, this is like a betrayal of Ursula Le Guin. This is like this is like so evil. Crazy. Yeah. Well, very bad movie. Oh well. I think Hort Town looks good. I think when they're up on the hill looking down at Hort Town, I'm like, that's a cool ancient city. There we go. That's my positive thoughts on Tales from Earthsea.
There's some short story stuff after.
Yes, there's a short story. There's short stories, and there's a whole other novel, I think.
Yes.
There's the short stories, and then I think the other novel is called The Other Wind.
Something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I just love all these characters that occupied like these grand mythic proportions coming back and just being real people now was something else. In really good novel.
I should get back to Earthsea at some point. I have a lot of things I need to get back to.
We all that's how it goes.
That's life.
That is life.
You know what ain't going down from mythic status? The size of our backlogs, am I right, fellow media enjoyers?
That's true. Yeah. I'm trying not to keep backlogs. I'm trying not to.
But we all have the mental backlog of the world is full
of
our
bingo sheets.
Beautiful things.
I do have a bingo sheet.
Would like to enjoy. This
is true. I'm trying to break away. I'm trying to go with my gut more often and just go like, if I want to do this, I should just do it. It's kind of working.
Yeah, I feel like that happens to me, but also I'm like, when I do that, I start a lot of things and don't finish a lot of things.
I mean, you're in like a good version of this right now where like you just have the mental capacity to read visual novels, and so you're just doing it.
Yeah.
So like it can work out. Not always, but well, that's probably me. I think that's it. In which case, do we have any emails?
I don't believe we do.
Well, that might be a podcast then.
I still check. No,
nobody reached out to us to talk about the introduction of Princess Yulian.
Oh my god.
Speaking of the Y&J thing, I'm pretty sure I said Jovovich earlier, and I feel gross about that.
It happens.
Yeah. Sometimes I speak stupid. It's just the fact of life.
I've spoken stupid multiple times on today's podcast.
Yeah, this is the podcaster's burden.
I won't be cutting them out. Too lazy.
No. One time I made a mistake and you played it again a second time. I don't remember what it was, but I do remember. I don't remember what it was, but I do remember this happening.
It was about numbers. It was about numbers. Like,
it was you doing some quick maths and getting it very wrong.
We have fun here.
We do have fun here. We do a little trolling. Ghibli. All right. If you want to find us online, you can do so on Twitter at @ultra_QUEUE. We are also on Blue Sky at @ultraQUEUE. No underscores on Blue Sky. I'm also on Blue Sky. I'm Red November. That's my plugs. Mal.
Hi, you can send an email to ultraQpod@gmail.com. Also, we have a coffee, UltraQ Fund. Guess what? We got only 2 more gamer movies left of Turtle Tea Time as of Saturday.
You're almost out of tea and turtles.
Yeah, well, we'll get more tea. It's just like the turtles aren't done. Yeah, that second movie's fun. There's a lot of just blatant UltraQ stuff in that movie.
Ooh,
oh, that's funny.
That's cool. Does the turtle have a speedometer?
No.
Aw.
Fortunately, not that one. Yeah, so go listen to that. Also, we have this week, maybe the day after, do you hear this? Halloween, the Dark Talkers.
Ooh.
Dark Annual.
Yeah, I think this is the least we've talked about the cartoon while recording one of those.
It's also somehow the longest one we did.
Yeah.
Will there be an audio version as usual?
Of course.
I do get much better at playing that game the drunker I get. It was kind of weird.
Yeah, it was close at the start, and then it turned into I just kept losing.
Sorry, I just pictured you getting a breathalyzer test after playing that game. All right. Wow. You can find all that. Oh yeah, Brad. I forgot. I'm stupid.
Yeah. You can find me next to my Beware the Dog sign at Be Invoked on Blue Sky on YouTube.
You don't have a dog. Well, you can join us next time for 3 more episodes of Ultraman 80. In the meantime, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Later.